Hi guys, it's Detrimental. There's a ton of misconceptions about the stats of all the different characters, so I kind of want to go over that right now, just so everyone has, a good idea of what actually happens in this game. Luckily, there's this long, flat straightaway in Dusty Desert, so it's really easy to test things like max ground speed. Max ground speed on a straightaway for Sanic is 156 fast per hour. I believe it's around 97, 98 light speeds. The factor is 1.61, so if you divide anything in fast per hour by 1.61, you will get the corresponding answer in light speeds, approximately. We don't see decimals, so you might be off by 1 on small numbers. Like, for instance, on first frame jump, we have 13 fasts per hour, but it's actually not 8, which what you would get if you divide this by 1.61. It is actually 7 light speeds on first frame. So, obviously, the decimals we don't see could really help us. But, I'll go on. For aerial acceleration, if I jump, pause on first frame, and then hold forward and pause right before I land, I'm at about 16. About 16 fast per hour. Okay, so if I'm in the air for about a second, we can say his aerial acceleration is about 16 fasts per hour per second. Jeez, that's really annoying. But that also is including his downward acceleration. So this isn't just his vertical acceleration, it's his angled acceleration. I meant to say speed. It's not just his horizontal speed, it's actually his angled falling speed. So it's probably actually a little bit less than that. It's probably, I don't know, I want to say closer to like 6. But, alright, let's go on. I do want to note, I don't want to go back and test it all these times because this would be huge, but Sanic, Knuckles, Tails, Amrose, Shedu, Roge, Aspio, Dr. Eggman, Solver, Blows, Vector, and Metal Sonic all have the exact same stats. You can test it yourself or take my word for it. Believe me, they all have the same stats. So I'm going to be moving on to Big now. He is the slowest character in the game. Barely, though. The secret character, Shrek, is actually very slow as well, but slightly faster than Big. Alright, it might take me a while to get over to the area. That's why I started there with Sanic, because I didn't want to do this, but oh well. You guys, I'll probably just give you the time in an annotation, and you guys can fast forward to when I finally get to the flat area. In the meantime, I guess I'll talk more about the stats slightly. Big has a very low jump. I'm pretty sure Shrek's jump is actually even lower, but we're going to test it very soon, so we'll know for sure momentarily. But most people's... I'm not going to do ground acceleration as a stat. Even though it would be easy to do, it actually changes with your speed. So I feel like it would be unnecessary. All the characters have, their acceleration is fairly proportional to their top speed. So the fastest characters actually have the highest acceleration as well on the ground. Big has really low acceleration. It just has to do with their rotation. I think Big's slower and has a lower acceleration because his rotation is slower, and it affects both of those equally. This game doesn't have such complicated stats that the slow characters have higher acceleration and stuff like that. That might be pretty neat, but then it would be hard to say who would be the best character for each level. Alright, now that I'm here in the straightaway, let's see what Big's max speed is. It appears to be 78 fasts per hour. And I'll also test his jump on first frame, 7 fasts per hour. And he accelerates not very much at all in the air. He really didn't get any extra speed. It's pretty pitiful, isn't it? Alright. Oh, jeez. I guess you can't get Shrek. I'll have to go onto a server then to show Shrek's stats, because you can't actually pick Shrek, or because you can't actually say anything in your own game, apparently. Isn't that something? Well, I guess for now I'll do Chermy. Chermy is the fastest normal character in the game. I say normal character because Super Sanic has his own records, kind of, you know, he has the super or the hyperspeed records, whatever they're called, so he kind of counts as a different class as all the other characters. Even though the other characters have varied stats, they all are bunched into the same class of normal characters. So, Chermy is the fastest normal character, and therefore what one should use while playing competitively. Alright, so I'm about to fall off this cliff over here, so I have to stop myself. And I'll start going this direction. Chermy's top speed, oh geez, so high, appears to be 195, oh, I fell off a cliff, but yeah, it was 195 fasts per hour. That is faster than Sanic and all the other normal characters of normal size. Let's see his jump. I believe it's the same as Sanic's. It is 13 on frame 1. His aerial acceleration is also about the same. I was about 13, 17 before I hit the ground, same as Sanic. So he actually has the same aerial acceleration as Sanic and the other normal characters. It's just that he spins faster, so he goes faster. He's got higher ground acceleration and higher ground top speed. Alright. Super Sanic, I will do him. He will be nice and quick. I believe Super Sanic actually has the same stats as the other normal characters when on the ground. The only thing that's different, I believe, is his aerial acceleration, which is monstrous. So much so that it can easily overcome gravity in this game. Alright, let's go over to this big open flat spot. Alright, do this as a little boost to get up to my top speed faster. Oh no, he has a very high top speed. His top speed seems to also be infinite. Interesting. He has the same, I think he has the same acceleration as the normal characters, but he doesn't have a limit. That's pretty cool. Or if he does have a limit, it's much higher, and I don't have enough of a free way to actually test it. So now I'll do his jump height, or his jump speed. First frame, it is also 13. Good to know. Aerial acceleration, forgot to pause. Do it one more time. Alright, so you got to 100 fast per hour. Like that, it's just huge. So I will go to an online server now, one that has no one on it. I will pick Shrek. And now I will keep changing until I get Dusty Desert. Hopefully I don't get, hopefully it doesn't take too long, and hopefully I don't get bombarded by people joining the server while I'm trying to record. There we go, Dusty Desert. As you can see, Shrek does not jump very high at all. Alright, on my way to the flat area. So, people seem to have the misconception that all the normal-sized characters have different speeds, including Vactor and Eggman, which is understandable. They're different shapes, so it makes sense that they would have different stats, but their actual physical model is the exact same. It's the same shape sphere. It's just that they have an aesthetic difference, which is Eggman's egg-like shape and Bacter's, what is he, a crocodile? Yeah, crocodile body. It's just aesthetic, so they actually behave the exact same way as the other normal sized characters. Alright, so already I am falling off the cliff like an idiot, but oh, we got someone joined. If he votes off, then I will be very sad. I hope he does not vote back to lobby. That would suck. Oh my god. It's so hard to get high speeds with Shrek because his jump is so low. Alright. I think his top speed is somewhere around like 100, which is slightly more. I think it's slightly more than Big's. We'll test it right here. Once I finally get to. I'm just trying to stall for time because it takes so long to get to the flat area. If only there was like a faster way to get to a flat area as a testing grounds, that'd be really nice. But alright, let's see. 103 fast per hour. Alright, there we go. Now time to test his jump height real quick, which is miserable. Oh, I can't pause, right? It appears to be 3. So even less than Big's 7. So there you go. That's the stats of all the characters for the most part. I hope you all learned something from this, because I see a lot of people that don't really understand the stats of this game. So I wanted to make a video to explain it properly. I'm sorry it was so long. There was so much traveling. There wasn't much I could do about that. Alright, thank you for tuning in.